Alrighty, so we'll just wait and see who comes over. Here they come. We're here. We made it. Sorry about that, folks. Let me just move the pooter out of the way. There we go. Sorry. I was here. I've been here for a long time, and I was trying to go live, and it just wouldn't click over for me. So I'll be letting YouTube know their new beta dashboard thingamajigger doesn't work for me. Not that they probably will care, but never mind. Between now and Tuesday, I'll have to learn a new way of doing things. Okay, so we'll give it a couple of minutes, wait until everyone comes over. Thank you, Emma. I'm glad we got it working too. And everyone's here. Oh, good, good, good. Yep, we're still here. I'm waiting to do pies and more pies. Let's warm up the trusty pie warmer while we're talking. I didn't want to put it on too early because it gets too hot otherwise, and I didn't want it to get too hot. So who has a pie maker? We've had our pie maker since before Flossie was born. That's a long time, a really long time. And it gets a good workout year round. We really like our pies, and I like them because they're a great way to use up little bits of leftovers, and they're really good in winter for quick meals, especially on the weekend or school holidays when the kids were home in school holidays. Pies for lunch was really easy, and I wasn't buying them from the bakery because that's really expensive. So I was trying to price some today while I was out. No, $3.80 for a meat pie. And wow. So that would be 15 and 5 8 to 4, $19 just for pies for the 5 of us if I was to buy individual pies. So never mind. It has been a really good investment. Yep. See, Michelle's had her pie maker over 20 years. Yep. Mine's well and truly over 20 years old. So, and it's still going strong. It's a Breville, because back when we got this, Breville was the only ones that made them. And this is the 4 pie maker one. Whoops, there we go. I might put the fan on.
Don't set the alarm off.
I won't set the alarm off yet. Set the fire, smoke detector off. Back when we got this was the first of the 4 individual pie maker thingamajiggers to come out. So, and I think we got it as a bonus because we were buying new heaters, new space heaters for the kids' bedrooms, and it was a freebie bonus thing that came with the heaters from wherever it was, wherever we bought it from in Wagga. Right, so pies. Yep, Breville. Oh, lots of Breville ones out there. They're all over the place now. There's Sunbeam ones. I noticed Sunbeam were on sale at, I think, Harvey Norman for about $80. It was a bit pricey, I thought. Kmart have one. Kmart have a couple. There's a 2-pie pie maker and a 4-pie pie maker. I think the 4-pie pie maker is about $29. Aldi have them next Wednesday for $34.95 for a 4-pie maker, and the same price for 1 big pie.
Ooh.
Well, 1 big pie for us, it's not, excuse me, hang on. Is that better? No. Is that better? A bit. The single pie makers don't make a pie that's quite big enough for my family. Well, it's not as big as my pie dish that I use for my family. So I sort of plan on leftovers when I do a big pie for lunches or freezer meals. So, okay, it's crackling away there. As I said, I like my pie maker for using up little bits of leftovers. So I've got little bits of leftovers here that I pulled out of the fridge. This is a chicken, lemongrass and kaffir lime curry that I'm going to turn into pies. This is a little bit of leftover pasta sauce that would probably have become a couple of freezer meals, but I'm going to turn that into spaghetti pies. Hannah likes good old tin spag in the pies. Yeah, it is Heinz because Heinz was cheaper than Aldi when it was on sale. Wayne likes baked beans and cheese. Braised steak and onions. These are the tins, the Harvest tins that have been around for I don't know, a gazillion years, I think. But I buy these when they're on half price, and I usually put them in our camp kitchen, and we use them when we're away camping. But they make great pies too. You can use whatever you like. But I thought tonight I would concentrate on pies, savoury type pies. I will do a sweet pie because Wayne saw the custard and rhubarb and asked for a rhubarb pie at the end. And then maybe in a couple of weeks I'll show you how to do sponge kisses and little quiches and things like that in your pie maker. Taco cups go really well in the pie maker. It's a pretty versatile tool and it's a well-used one in our kitchen.
It's like the envelope punch bowl.
Yeah, it gets a lot of use. So, hi, first time. Hi, Verna. I got your email, your question, and I've typed out a reply, but I haven't sent it yet. I'll send it when I'm finished here. Oh, Maureen's is old. Maureen's pie maker's older than ours. Oh no, maybe not. About the same. I just don't think that's a bit mean, isn't it? I don't know how old my daughter is. Hi, Barb. Hi, Jules. Glad you found us. Sorry about the mix-up. Okay. Christine, how's Mum? So. Not worse, not better, but not worse. So hanging in there. Wayne got a fright on Wednesday afternoon on his way home from work. He drove past and there were 3 ambulances in the parking lot and another one pulling in as he drove past, and I thought, oh my goodness, what's happened? But it was one of them was a patient transport dropping someone back. Another one was someone had been to, it was the ambulance bus thing that takes them to their craft group or something, dropping them back. So anyway, in my pie maker, I've took the pastry out earlier so that it would have time to thaw, because this time of year it doesn't thaw quite as quickly as I would like. But you can use regular puff pastry or short crust pastry, or you can use good old mountain bread. I like mountain bread for things like the taco cups and little quiche. You can do quiche, I'll talk about this when I do that. You can do quiche straight into the pie maker, but I think it sticks a little bit like when you do them in the muffin tins. I'd rather put them in a bit of in a paper than have them straight into the tin. So, but you can do that quite easily, and I will show you how to do that. And is there something you can know? All right. So the first one I'll do, I'll use up this chicken curry, because it needs to be done. And from a sheet of a pack of 6 sheets of pastry, you will get 12 pies, won't you? 2 per sheet, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, my math is shocking. It's been a bit of a mixed up day here today. I went out to do the shopping this afternoon, stopped off at Coles. Thankfully, Tom came with me, as he usually does. And we raced in, raced back out, and my car wouldn't start. Clunk, 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 nothing, absolutely nothing. It was just dead. So I rang Wayne and said, my car won't start. And he said, well, I'm on my way to Ballarat. And I went, well, that's a long way away from here. So I rang the RACV because, of course, we have RACV. I just completely forgot because who do I call when I'm in trouble? My husband, because he fixes the cars anyway. And then luckily less than 10 minutes and the fellow was there and it was really, really nice and fiddled around with it, and in the end the starter motors died. So he got me started. I came home, I put it away, put my car away, and Wayne will have a look at it at the weekend, and if he can't fix it, then we've got a really good mechanic across the road that we use when Wayne can't do things, so we'll take it to Rob and see what he can do. Right, with my pie maker, I got a recipe book, but I lost that years ago, because I have had it a long time. These are the cutters that make the base and the top, and they are designed to fit into the cups perfectly. So all I do is when I am using this, I line it up and push it down, and then line it up. And I sort of cheat because I've noticed over the years, as with most things, the sheets of pastry are actually getting a bit smaller. They're not quite as big as they used to be. So I look inside and line up the edges with the edge of the pastry. Cut 2 tops. And there we go. And this is puff pastry, just straight puff pastry for savoury pies. I just use puff pastry. When I'm doing sweet pies, if I'm using pastry, I like to use short crust on the bottom and puff on the top. Don't know why, I just do. It makes the base, the bottom of the pie is nicer. And that's the other advantage of using your pie maker. They don't burn on the bottom, they cook evenly. I know that in 8 minutes or so I'm going to have a perfectly cooked pie, because my pie maker takes 8 minutes. I think the Kmart ones take 10 minutes. So if you're only doing a few pies, it's faster and easier and cheaper than putting the oven on. Got a question there? No, you're just watching? Okay. I thought she was going to ask me a question. So there we go. Where's my chicken curry? Ah, nearly dropped it. I'll stir it up because it's got some rice in it too. We had this for tea last night. It was really good. We had spicy food for tea last night because somebody wasn't home.
You're welcome.
So when somebody's not home, somebody I don't like spicy food isn't home, we can have spicy food. Okay. I will probably get 4 pies out of this. Yeah, you don't need much. Okay, this is where I need to be a bit quick, folks. Can you see what the pastry looks like? Looking like that. All cut out. Look at that, it didn't even fall off. Bet I can't do that again. Pick it up again, and it will fall off. Now, with using the cutter, it's already trimmed to fit. So we just pop it in. Push it down a bit. Get the next one I need to work a bit faster, or it's going to, I can hear it sizzling. Can you hear the sizzle? Probably not over the sound of the exhaust fan. And this is just Aldi puff pastry. At the moment, Aldi's the cheapest. Sometimes Woolworths will have Borg's puff on pastry, short crust and puff on sale for half price, in which case it is actually about 15 cents a packet cheaper than the Aldi. And when that happens, I hop down. Okay, quarter of a cup of mixture is more than enough to fill it. Pop it in. Somebody posted on Facebook that they love curry pies. Janine, I can't remember what it was, sorry. Okay, then sit my tops on. Move the top. Just like that, it's really easy. This is just the Aldi puff pastry. If you like a really nice pastry, Campus do a butter puff, but it's hideously expensive. Okay, so the tops are on, fillings in, tops on, pop it down, just do till it clicks. Let me set the timer for 8 minutes. Can you check and see when 8 minutes is on?
Yeah.
Let me know. Let it sizzle away for 8 minutes and that'll be it. Now I don't throw these little bits of pastry away. I keep them like so. And I'll be keeping the blue sheet too, Maureen, to use as freezer go-between. Did a few weeks ago, Maureen we were talking about go-between, freezer go-between and cereal bags and things, and Maureen mentioned she keeps these. So I will be doing that too. All right. I'll pop that there. Put this and the lid and the top over here. Later. So that's 4 pies. Now in 8 minutes, I could be dishing up dinner. We've had dinner, but you know, or lunch or whatever. It was really good on. They're really good on busy nights when you get held up. You know, sometimes the kids would have basketball. It'd be a late game, which meant we wouldn't finish till 8, and it'd be close to 8:30, quarter to 9 before we got home, and they'd be starving because they'd been playing for hours. So pies are always quick and easy, and even if it was just a baked beans pie, they worked wonders. Now I'll just get my cake cooler out because I'm going to need it. Now other fillings, any sort of tinned stew casserole type thing will work. Baked beans, spaghetti, leftover pasta sauce, which is what I'll be doing next. Egg and bacon, and that's as simple as cooking up some bacon and putting it in the bottom of your pie dish, cracking an egg into it, sprinkling a little tiny bit of cheese over the top, put the cap on and let it cook. And you'll have an egg and bacon pie. And that's more the traditional English style of egg and bacon pie, where they used to sort of just crack the eggs over the bacon in the pastry and let it all run through and set. That's really nice too. A bit of the English version, I always thought it was the English version of quiche, because you know, egg and bacon pie, egg and bacon quiche, sort of same but different. That works. Christine, yeah, you can have a pie making session and get out all your bits and pieces and just go. It works really well because once they're cool, you can double wrap them, pop them in a freezer bag, stick them in the freezer, and they're good for 3 to 6 months, depending what's in them and how good your freezer is, I guess. So, Kath, thank you. This is like a lovely evening now. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I don't know about my kitchen being cozy. It's a bit of a mess at the moment. I've got pumpkin there to process. Pellegrinos, ladies in the outer eastern suburbs of Melbourne. Pellegrinos in Wantirna South have Jack pumpkins for 80 cents a kilo. That's the cheapest it's been for over 12 months. So I have a few there to process. How am I going for time? Not 8 minutes yet? No? Okay.
How do you store the leftover pieces of pastry?
Right, I've popped them, my leftover pieces of pastry, I've popped there and I've wrapped them up to keep them moist so they won't dry. When I'm finished with those, I'll either twist it up and put it in a freezer bag to pop in the freezer, and then I can roll it out to make cheese twists or something like that, or depending on how tired I am, I can roll it out and make cheese twists tonight. I will probably freeze it because I haven't had the oven on, so I would need to heat the oven up, and that's just for a thing of pastry. A tray of cheese twist is a bit of a waste. So yes, Lorraine, all pie makers come with the cutters. Mine are black and really solid. I think the Kmart ones are a clear sort of plastic or white plastic. Not sure what colour the Aldi ones are because I haven't seen them. But they all come with the cutters for the base and the top, so that you can get them to fit exactly into the cups of the pie maker. Now I used a 1/4 cup of filling in those pies, and that's more than enough for the size of the actual pie cup thing. Some of them are a bit deeper, in which case you can go up to 1/3 of a cup, depending on what it is and how much filling you want to put into them. Shouldn't peak, but see, whoa, this one's not browning up so well. There we go. It's gone cold. I can hear the clock ticking down. I need to move this. I'll pop this over here. And I'll start cutting these ready for the spaghetti pies. When I do the spaghetti pies, I use pasta sauce, the spag bowl sauce. And I just put a bit of cheese on the top of it before I put the lid on. Before I did wipe the benches down properly with Miracle Spray before I started cutting on them too, by the way. And wash my hands like I do every week, just in case people are wondering. There we go. Cut. Sweet corn and cheese is another really nice filling. The creamed corn in the tin with cheese or a little bit of chopped bacon or chicken works really well in the pie fillings. Looks savoury. Hannah's turning up. I know she doesn't like sweet corn in the tin sweet corn. There we go. If you want to make your own pastry, you can. It's just that. For ease, I buy it. I'm not a pastry maker. My mum was a pastry maker. I am not. My hand is too heavy. Pastry. Okay. Timer went ding.
I think that front one might be good. I think that front one might be good.
Just a bit. Ouch. Come on. Try not to burn myself, otherwise I just pick them up. There we go. See how they're properly cooked on the bottom? This one might need another. I might pop it just down into there for a minute. Give it another couple of minutes. It's not quite brown enough on the top. While I'm doing that, I'll stir up the spag bowl. Is that my 1/4 cup? No, the 1/4 cup's down here. Go. Okay, so where was I? Soda cake recipe on the weekend, chocolate vanilla, filled with jam cream. Soda cake. What's the soda cake recipe, Christine?
So like scones we use.
Oh, we just use the lemonade instead of the eggs and butter and stuff. Gotcha. Okay. Wow, Lorraine pie maker sounds fancy.
Big W have a pancake maker for $70. Makes 2 pancakes at a time.
There you go, everyone. Mother's Day's coming up. Perfect present for you. A $70 pancake maker from Big W, and it makes 2 whole pancakes at a time. Seriously? I think I might give this one. No, it's good there. Give that one up as a bad joke, I was going to say. Rightio. So I've already got some grated cheese in the bowl ready for the spag bowl. Pop that in. And away we go. I didn't put anything on the top of these. I didn't brush them with anything or sprinkle them with anything. When I do sweet ones, and I'll show you later, I usually brush the top with just a little milk. I don't put sugar, don't sprinkle sugar or anything on the top like I would if I was doing it in the oven, because it caramelizes and it sticks to the top of the pie maker, and then I have to scrub it out. So if you want to put sugar on it, brush it with some milk, cook it, and while it's still hot, once it's come out, while it's still hot, sprinkle it with a little sugar then. Just finished making M&M's brownies. Yep. The mini M&M's 4 for $4. Good on you, Maureen. 4-minute cupcakes. Yep. The boys are waiting. Good on them. Those 4-minute cupcakes they're like a dream come true. That's so good. Okay. Are you bored?
I'm tired.
You're tired, aren't you?
It was a long day.
It's a long day. Oh, it's a long day. Usually my day. All right. So there's the dodgy pie. All right. Spag bowl pie's next. Use up this pasta sauce. Pastry's getting a bit soft. In it goes. Just like so. Okie dokie. Same deal, about a 1/4 cup of filling. This is a little bit runnier, maybe not quite so much. I can't really see what I'm doing here, but just a little sprinkle of cheese. Doesn't need a lot, because you don't want it to melt and ooze out the top and make everything sticky and irky. Okay. The top side. I had a question yesterday about the 4-minute cupcakes, and I thought, maybe I didn't explain it very well. And it was about the butter. The butter's just dump the butter into the bowl with the rest of the ingredients and mix it in. You don't melt it, you don't have to soften it, you don't have to do anything to it. Just dump it into the bowl and beat it with the rest of the ingredients for 4 minutes. There we go. Okay, where's my pastry? Like so. Now these pies, when they're cool, they will freeze really, really well. And they reheat nicely too. If you're going to reheat them, do it in the oven. It's nicer than nuking them. They don't go soggy. But just put a baking tray or a little dish of a Pyrex dish or something of water in the bottom of the oven, so that it creates steam and it stops the pastry from drying out and getting really, really hard. It'll keep it nice and soft without going soggy, if that makes sense. More pastry bits. So, gosh. Must be my bedtime. Can't see. So, all right. So they go back. Where did I put the other ones there?
Maureen says that tomorrow she's making the lunchbox cookies. Are these better made with butter or margarine?
Oh, okay. Margarine if you've got it, butter if you've got it. It's up to you. I usually use butter, but whatever you've got. It's the lunchbox cookies is one of those recipes that when it comes to butter and marge, either or will work. Butter will give them a slightly crunchier texture. Margarine will make them a bit softer. So if you like a softer sort of biscuit, use marge. If you like it a bit crunchier, use the butter. Either or. It makes heaps. Be prepared to make heaps because the lunchbox cookies easily 100, 120, depending on how big you roll them. And you don't have to bake them all at once either. You can divide your dough up and put chopped chips in one and sultanas in another and cornflakes in another and cherries in another if you like. Roll them into logs and freeze them, or you can roll them into balls and flash freeze them that way, and then you don't have to bake the whole lot all at once. Yeah. Okay. Supermarket and only bought. Woohoo, Barb! Yay, good for Barb. Stuck to her list. That is one. Barb went into the supermarket with needing three things and came out with the three things she needed. That is one of the hardest things for anyone to do. It is so difficult to. I know we make the joke about I went in for a bottle of milk and a loaf of bread and it cost me $50, but it's not such a joke. It actually happens because people just get bombarded with the big sale tickets and the things that displays at the end of the aisles.
Or
and
the $2 roast chickens.
The $2 roast chickens, maybe you would pass those up. But, you know, and they rearrange the shop. I was looking for something today in Coles and I just automatically went to where it was last week and it wasn't there. And I just said to Thomas, where would it be? He went, with the other stuff. Where's the other stuff? We walked up and down trying to find it. And it had moved from near the front of the store to right down the back corner against the back wall. So I was totally confused and really fed up by the time I got there. Not yet. You were timing it for me. Thank you. And then I was really cross anyway because they didn't have what I wanted. I stood there and muttered about Coles might as well just shut their doors because they don't have anything anymore. And I was, and there was this lovely older gentleman standing next to me and went, you should ring them up and tell them. Like, yes, I should. So I might ring them up and tell them. Honestly, I can cut the pastry for the sweet ones. Yes, she's keeping me on track tonight. She's a slave driver, this girl of mine. There we go. It's because she's tired. All right. These.
Even Suzanne's keeping track of them.
Oh, thank you. I love it when people keep me on track. Well, where am I going to put it, Hannah? Just get rid of it yourself.
I did.
Okay, thank you.
No, on the floor.
Just where it needs to be. All right. So Wayne's gone to a train meeting, so when he comes home, I told him if he's been really good, he can have a rhubarb and custard pie for his supper, which he'll think is just fantastic. What's wrong?
Fauna says Total worse. Into Toowoomba have rearranged everything. Very frustrating as she writes her list according to the aisles.
I do too. I know. I nearly go, the kids get embarrassed because some days if I'm really tired and I've had a bit of a bad week and I'm just not in the mood for being there, I can lose it quite easily. And it's not a pretty sight when Kath goes psycho in the supermarket, is it? Verna emailed, I hope you don't mind. Verna emailed me today to say she couldn't find the Fresh and Crisp gel bags anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Coles don't stock them anymore. Coles actually very nicely said, no, we're not keeping these anymore, get rid of them, and replace them with other bags that aren't as good, because I did try them, don't like them, aren't as good, and are about 3.5 times the price. So I wasn't happy. Woolworths stock Fresh and Crisp bags.
And IGA?
Some IGAs, but I will post the link. I think I've done it before, but I'll post the link. You can buy them online, straight from the manufacturer, if you can't find them. Now, they did say to me that if you ask, they have a deal with Woolworths, and Woolworths won't even tell them what stores they're stocked in. Well, that's just daft. Why keep it a secret? Because, you know, it's. I went in for a packet of Fresh and Crisp bags and came out with $40 of groceries. But they have a deal where if you speak to the store manager or supervisor or whatever, if you can't find them at your Woolies, they will get them in for you. That is a deal they have for them. So even the smaller stores that don't have them on the shelves will should be able to get them in for you. But honestly, the last one I bought online, and I bought, they were really cheap. Yeah, I bought a carton of them because they were really, really cheap. So they might be cheaper. Check online. They might actually be cheaper. I will post the link. Okay, so that's all the pastry there. Is this ready to go? Yes. I haven't peeked. Ah, look at that. I won't stab myself. I just don't want to burn myself. So they're hot. So,
301 Jules says there, it's similar to the old Jaffa line. We still have one.
We still have a Jaffa line that we use, yes.
That I bought for $7.
And we use it. We have a double one that we use when we go camping to make toasties and stuff.
I got that.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. And we've got the old triangle sandwich thing. Now, rhubarb and custard. I made the custard earlier. I'll just give it a stir. Give everything a stir. Made the custard earlier. When you're doing this, it's cooled, so it's thick. Make a thick custard because you don't want it too runny. This has thickened when it's cooled. It will warm up, soften as it warms up. So what I do is bases in, and that's just a stirred custard with milk and vanilla and sugar and a little custard. I use custard powder. You can use corn flour if you like, and whole eggs if you want to make your custard, but custard powder will just job for me for this sort of thing. Little vanilla, little sugar, whisk it up, nuke it for a minute, whisk it again, nuke it for another minute, whisk it again another minute. Now, just a little dab of custard in the bottom. It's like drill cream, a little dab will do you. Okay. Just a little, because we're going to put some rhubarb on the top. Spread. Okay. This is stewed rhubarb out of the freezer. Spoonful on the top. You could do this with apple. It's really nice to do apple and custard. You can just do custard if you like. And it's sort of a bit like a vanilla sliced pie.
How does the rhubarb and apple go?
Rhubarb and apple goes really well together. You could do plum, you can do apricot, you can do peach, you could do blueberry. In fact, I was going to do blueberry and I forgot because I've got a tin, and then just a little bit more custard on the top, not too much because we don't want it to ooze out. There we go. So has everyone had rain this week? We got 12 mils yesterday. I don't know how much we got today. Wayne hasn't been out to sea. Not much today so far. And we missed the storms. Just went round us last night. We didn't get any storms. Those poor people in Western Victoria got slammed. So I was really hoping I'd get some rain in the rain barrel for the garden. Okay, now these are sweet pies. So where's my pastry brush gone? Here it is. A little bit of milk on the top. Just browns it. Doesn't really do anything too much to it. Just browns it up a bit. Okay. Start timing, boss. Right. I shall move these down here out of the way, and I shall get some sugar, because then they come out, I'll sprinkle them with sugar.
Maureen says she's having trouble getting a Coles dishwasher.
It happens. If you need some, I'm down to 6 boxes. It comes and goes, the Coles dishwasher powder. Ask them, if the more people that ask for it, the sooner they bring it back. That is often, and it wasn't Coles head office that told me this, it was the manager at Coles Bayswater. It is often when they decide to change manufacturer, they're looking for a cheaper contract, something like that. So before one can start, one has to end, so they don't have that continual rotation. So I'd say, seriously, folks, just no, we don't want to waste our dishwasher powder. I didn't show you what to do with the mountain bread. This is mountain bread. Most of you probably know what mountain bread is. It's pretty easy.
A1 doesn't.
You don't know what mountain bread is? Where are my scissors?
Dishwasher.
Oh, dishwasher. Okay. Here we go. Mountain bread is amazing stuff, really. You can use it for wraps, tacos, enchiladas, instead of burrito, and instead of tortillas for burritos, enchiladas, that sort of thing.
Use it with dips.
Use it with dips. I use it as lasagna sheets for Mexican lasagna. That's mountain bread. It's really thin. It's almost as thin as phyllo pastry, but it's a bit stronger.
Do we have any dip?
No, we don't have any dip. Are you timing me?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's cheaper than wraps and cheaper than tortillas. Even bought from the supermarket, but you can buy it direct. If you type in, go to our website, go to cheapskatesclub.net and type mountain bread in the search, it'll bring it up with the address, and you can buy it direct from them, and it's about just over half the cost of the supermarket price.
Oh, good with Nutella.
They are good with Nutella. They're good if you get one like this and you spread it with Nutella and you put a banana in it and you roll it up and you chop it up. You've got banana sushi. The lovely Carol, who may or may not be watching, makes the best. Hannah calls it Australian sushi. She does pinwheels with really good timing.
Yeah.
Okay. I can check them though.
Oh,
Not ready yet. I just need to get the other cake wrap out. Mountain bread's really good. Now, the best thing about mountain bread is it lasts for ages because there's pretty much nothing in it that's going to go off. So, unopened, it will keep for months on the pantry shelf. Opened and then resealed, obviously, so it doesn't dry out, it will easily keep for a week in the pantry. You don't need to refrigerate it, just pop it in the pantry. Now, to use it for your pie maker, I cut it into 4. Oops, I just ripped some off. That's right. Cut it into 4, and both the top and bottom. Depending on the size of your cups, you might need to use 2, in the bottom. So just switch them around so the pointy bits are at different places and everything's covered. But that's mountain bread. It's really, really good. But it is really good in place of lasagna sheets.
So Aldi have a version of
Mountain bread? No.
Oh.
No, they don't. No. Comes in a whole heap of different flavours too. You can get rye, you can get wholemeal, you can get corn, multigrain.
You get spinach now.
Yeah, there's spinach and there's tomato.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, yes, gluten-free mountain bread. So there's quite a variety of them. They're really good. One of my favourite things, and it's one of the things that we take away camping with us. And I'll have to make a note of that to talk about in the camping show, because it keeps. So if we're going remote and we're going for more than 2 or 3 days, the bread goes stale and mouldy and revolting. So the mountain bread is really good for that. Okay. Hi, Kath. Annie's home. Hi. Just mentioned your Thursday night cooking sequence in a few. Oh, the spinach mountain bread, yes, is fantastic. Guys, Annie's home down here is Annette from the Stockpiling Facebook group. Put it down the bottom for them, Annette. Put it in the comments. Aussie's stockpiling, because I'm going to forget it because my mind is like a sieve, you know that. Jules, yes, depending on how soggy the mixture is that I'm putting into it, I may use 1 or 2 layers in the bottom and usually just 1 on the top. Now, it's thin, so it will crisp up. It's like a very crisp pastry. So when we do the taco cups, if you want to do taco pies, the mountain bread is perfect as a base for the taco pies because it gets nice and crisp. Okay. Thank you, Annette, because my mind went blank. Oh, that's nice, Lily Rose. Hi, Kath. Hope others agree, Kath. You should be voted Australian. I don't know about Australian of the Year. I keep saying, you know, the kids, Hannah's about to roll her eyes. You'll hear the eye roll. It won't be thunder, it'll be her eye roll. I keep saying, make me Prime Minister. There will be no such thing as a national debt. And the kids are, oh, I would be a very benign dictator. Yeah, so make me Prime Minister. Let's get this country back.
The pies should be ready.
Pies should be ready. Okay. I'm going to, oh, yum. Now, these are the sweet ones, so I'm putting them on this rack.
You should have cut a slit in the top.
Hey?
You should have cut a slit in the top.
Okay. I was going to do little roses and I forgot. I'm making Purdy.
You have 1 job done.
I do have 1 job, Han. 1 job at a time. Ouch. Okay. Now. All right. I'll just turn this off. I'm running it on an extension cord because we couldn't figure out how to use it over there and talk over here. And the kitchen really isn't made for this. Okay, so the pies are still hot. barely brush it with a little water, little milk. And then, does anyone recognise this Tommy Chippy feeding spoon?
Yeah, it's in the sugar.
It's in the sugar. It's as old as Alan. That was Alan's learn to feed himself spoon. It's now in our sugar caddy. Okay. The pies are still hot, so the sugar is actually starting to melt a little and stick to the top.
I know what I can get you for Mother's Day. It's one of the blowtorches.
A blowtorch? Could you, seriously, could you imagine that me loose in the kitchen with a blowtorch?
You're taking the eyebrows.
Okay, let's cut some pies. Let's see how they turned out. These are the curry ones, is that right?
Mystery pie for dinner. Mystery pie for dinner.
Mystery pie for dinner. Right, this is the. Oh no! It's a pizza pie. Sorry. There you go. Can you see? Actually, smells nice. No,
I can't smell.
you can't smell. I got such a cold. Right. So that'll be my lunch tomorrow. Let's do rhubarb pie for Wayne when he gets home. He can have the cut one. I'll put the others away. I love rhubarb. Can you see that? Rhubarb and custard in there. Yum! Now, we only have ice cream.
Dad hasn't had any hidden anywhere?
No, Dad doesn't have ice cream hidden anywhere. Okay, so that's how easy it is to make pies in the pie maker. If you've got a whole lot to do, you get on a roll, and as you put 4 in, cut the other 4 out, get the filling ready, and just keep rotating through. Cool them down, wrap them up, pop them in the freezer. They're really good for lunches, quick dinners, snacks if you've got hungry kids, unexpected visitors for lunch or tea. You can pull out a pie and have pie and salad. Homemade pie and salad. It's already done. Now, in the April journal, which is on the Cheapskates Club website now, I have posted my meat pie filling, the recipe for the meat pie filling that I make. I also do a vegetarian version of that and substitute, it is good, yes, I substitute a tin of Sanitarium nut meat for the mince. Otherwise, the ingredients are the same, and all I do is I slice the nut meat and then just mash it with a fork and then cook it according to the recipe for the rest. It is good. It is really, really good. It's tasty. It's great in pies. It's even good just on its own on toast. If you just want savoury mince on toast, it's really good like that too. So it's a nice, versatile pie filling that you can make, and it makes heaps. The recipe makes heaps. So you'll get a lot of pies out of it, and they will be a lot cheaper than the $3.80 for a meat pie from the bakery. Okay, so, someone from Poland. Hello. Good. Okay, yes, you can freeze the pies made from Mountain Bread, Jules.
Said not on subject house, but it's a cheapskate win. She got given 7 free craft goodies. Sets of police stamps and boxes, folders, and etc.
Woohoo!
Free was good.
Free is our favourite price, isn't it? I'm going to turn that off now because the noise is driving me nuts. Free is my favourite price. I like free. That's really good. I've been, since Tuesday night, I've had my notebook out, scribbling down, so tired, folks, scribbling down notes for craft tutorials, and then scribbling down notes for all the other ones that other people ask me to do. So the list is just growing. So we should have quite a few videos. I hope you're going to stick with me for the long haul, because it looks like I'm going to be here for a while doing all this.
Karen would like to know, how do you reheat the pies?
Okay, Karen, you can reheat them in the microwave like you would as other pies, but personally, I don't like bought pies reheated in the microwave. Do them in the oven. Take them from frozen, put them in the oven. Now, I mentioned before, just get a cake tin or a baking tray or a Pyrex bowl or something and put some water in it and put that in the bottom of the oven so that it creates a bit of steam and it stops the pastry from drying out. So it doesn't make it soggy, but it just keeps it nice and crisp without being dry and brittle, if that makes sense. And from frozen, they take, depending on your oven, anything from 25 to 35 minutes to heat through. It will depend very much on your oven, and that's at 180 Celsius, centigrade, whatever you say, whatever we use in Australia. So, yeah. Okay, we've got a couple to get rid of there.
Yeah, give me a chance. It's gone, right?
Yes, once they're cool, double wrap them or double bag them, or wrap them in foil and bag them, and then you can reheat them in the foil if you want to. Just remember that if you wrap them carefully, when you open it, you can wipe it and reuse it. You don't have to throw it away. Foil is not a single-use item. It can be wiped and cleaned and reused over and over and over. So, Lorraine, I would love to show you, maybe, okay, next Tuesday, Thursday, Food Saver night. I love my Food Saver. I really wore the first one out. I replaced the rubber gasket thing once, and then I just kept using it. And the poor thing just died. It got so overused. Love my Food Saver. Best present ever. Thank you, sweetheart.
No, that was Dad. I just had to walk to not come by.
Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. So, yep, so I can do Food Saver. Happy to do a Food Saver episode for you. I'd be lost without it now because of the amount of food that I put in the freezer. It makes a huge difference. And I also do with the Food Saver, I will pre-cook when we're going away. Sorry, Floss. When we're going away, I will do our meals ahead. So I will do the spag bowl. I will do the taco meat. I will do the curries and things like that. Vacuum seal them, freeze them, and then put them in our fridge in the car, and they last for weeks. We can go away for 6, 7, 8 weeks, and the food is still good. Even once it's thawed, because it's vacuum sealed, it will keep for weeks. It's great. Food Savers are brilliant things. So, Annette, Kmart do have a version of the Food Saver. I wasn't impressed. It is cheaper. It is only about $60, $55 or $59.95 or something. It is cheaper. It doesn't suck. It doesn't have the vacuum quite as well. Now, you have Aldi now near you. Pretty sure you do. Wait until Aldi have their vacuum sealers. They come on twice a year, their vacuum sealers, and it will be a bit more expensive. I think it's about $60 or $70, 70 or might even be 80. But it is, in terms of, sorry?
It's worth it.
It's worth it. And in terms of quality, it would go, because I've got the Sunbeam Food Saver, Aldi, Kmart down here. And for the $20 difference in price between Kmart and Aldi, it's worth waiting and saving up for. I'm getting the signal now. So, but I'll go more into that next Thursday for you all. Food Savers will be great. Okay. Alrighty. Well, lifetime membership. I'll think about it, Barb. All right, guys. Well, hope you learnt something on how to make savoury pies in the Pie Maker. Try it. look for the recipes on the Cheapskates Club website. They're there. Heaps of ideas for different things to put in them. They're easy, they're quick. Cleanup will be a breeze. Well, it will be. I'm a bit messier than I usually am. I always am on Thursday nights, but cleanup will be a breeze. It should be so much better for you. And if you've been thinking of buying one and you like pies and you normally spend the money to buy them, even the frozen $5 a pack pies from Coles, these are so much nicer and around the same price. Works out to be about the same price, but they're so much nicer. So up there in my top 10 kitchen tools is the pie maker. So, all right. Okay, well, I'm going to go and let Hannah go to bed because she's about to go to sleep here in the chair. She's been a bit quiet tonight. And I shall see you all on Tuesday. Have a lovely weekend. If you need rain, I hope you get it. If you don't need rain, I hope you don't get it. And I shall see you on Tuesday. Bye.